Hi, welcome to the Power and Motion YouTube channel. I'm Nick, and today we're going to be talking about the iGo Atwater. Part of iGo's Discovery series, this 500-watt motor bike with a 48-volt, 14-amp-hour battery is going to be a great bike for getting around town. With its urban cruiser-style riding, it's a very comfortable and quick ride with its brand new Bluetooth controller, which allows you to program the bike through your iPhone or Android app. This bike can be programmed for either a beginner or an advanced rider, whether you're looking for a little extra speed or a little extra torque. This bike's gonna be a great bike for getting around town. So come ride with me today and we'll find out more. So today we're going to be talking about the iGo Atwater, part of iGo's Discovery series. This bike is a great urban style commuter with its sort of more casual riding style. Starting in the cockpit, we have the sort of swoop back style wing bars with the ergonomic grips on the ends. So what that's going to do is it's going to offer a lot of comfort and ergonomics, so you're not straining any kind of muscles or anything like that when you're riding this bike. With its adjustable stem, it makes the bike compatible for a lot of different riding styles, but also a lot of different rider heights. So if I'm a more aggressive rider, I like riding a little bit harder, I can bring these bars down and ride it in a more aggressive position. Or if I'm looking for a much more recreation and casual ride, I can bring them all the way back up. Moving on in the cockpit, we also have the display, which is brand new this year on all the iGo bikes. The 500C micro display is a color display which offers not only speed, your wattage, but it also offers times, your trip ranges, your odometer, as well as an estimated remaining kilometer range. So if you're worried about taking this bike on a longer trip, you can check your display to see how much range on the battery you have left. So whether you want to conserve more or ride it a little harder, that's up to you. Moving on to some other components on the bike, we do have a trigger shifter on the bars. So it's a mountain bike style shifter from Shimano, part of the Atlas series. We also have the thumb throttle, which allows you to access the power of the motor just by pressing down the throttle, as well as hydraulic brakes. So the importance of having hydraulic brakes on an e-bike is the bike is quite a bit heavier. So as I apply more pressure on the brakes, the more stopping power I'm going to have. This allows you to stop the bike quickly and efficiently with not a lot of power applying through your hands, making the bike even more comfortable and ergonomic. Moving down through the bike, we have the Sun Tour neck suspension, which has a 63mm travel as well as a lockout fork. So if you're a more aggressive rider and you want to ride this bike a little bit harder, locking out that fork is going to allow you to put all that power into each pedal. But if you're looking for more comfortable riding up and down curbs, that suspension is going to offer a lot of comfort in terms of reducing the amount of impact on each ride. Also moving through the bike, we also have the front light, which offers good nighttime visibility for you and vehicles. So if you plan on riding this on the road, it does have a reflector on it as well in case the battery ever does die on the bike. You're not going to be left invisible. We also have the metal fenders on this bike, which keep the mud and rain off of you and the bike, keeping the bike and yourself nice and dry in wet conditions, but also keeping a lot of dust off of you in more dry conditions. Brand new to the iGo bikes this year is the Maxxis Revolt tires. This is a 700C 47C tire with silk shield technology, which prevents punctures from these heavier weight bikes. E-bikes are heavier bikes, so they are going to have more probability of getting flats in terms of getting punctures, whether you're just riding on pavements or on rougher terrain. The Maxxis Revolts are a great tire for this style of bike, as it's a commuter, not mid-tread tire, so it's not going to be something that you can ride on really, really aggressive gravel trails, but you're going to be able to ride it on some packed trails and stuff like that. Moving through the bike, we have the brand new integrated batteries on the iGos this year. So the bikes are actually kept with a key in the bike. So first I have to insert the key into the slot and then twist the battery. This slides out like so, and the battery is removed. So this is your 48-volt, 14-amp-hour battery, which allows you to get up to a 90-kilometer range. Also has a power indicator on the top of the battery, allowing you to charge this on and off the bike. Whether you're at home or at a camper, this battery is going to charge no problem. To put it back in, all we have to do is just reinsert the battery. And it just slaps in. This locks the battery with the key again, and now we're ready to ride. Moving on to the drivetrain, we have the ERGO pedals, which are a great casual pedal whether you're wearing a boot, a sneaker, or a shoe. These pedals are going to be great for getting around town on. We have the front chain ring, which is a 42-tooth chain ring, so it's good for speed and torque. And then in the back, we have the Atlas Shimano derailleur, which is an 8-speed derailleur, with starting at a 34-tooth, which offers a lot of torque, getting up and down hills, and an 11-tooth at the bottom of the cassette, offering a lot of speed and movement with the motor when you're riding a little bit harder on the bike. Moving on to the saddle as well, offers a good ergonomic seat. So it's going to be wider in the back and narrow in the front, so you're able to pedal, but also to allow you to ride more comfortably sitting on the back of the saddle. We also have the rear rack, which comes with a bungee cord, allowing you to strap things to the back of the bike, whether that's your bags or panniers. This rack is going to be able to handle whatever you throw at it. The only thing I would highly advise against this is putting any kind of child seat or car seat on the back of this bike, as the rack is not rated for that. Once again, we have the metal fender, also a rear light. So when you're riding the bike at night, you're going to be able to be seen by cars behind you, whether that's just using the standard reflector in the light or turning the actual lights on through the bike. Finally, moving on to the most important feature of this bike so far is actually the controller of the bike, which is something you can't actually see in the bike. Recently, iGo's changed the design of these bikes so that the controller goes into what looks like a mid-drive bike. This controller also has a Bluetooth module, allowing you to program the bike through your phone. So I can actually set up the bike to whatever my riding style is. So if I want this bike to be programmed differently, whether I want it in the standard, economy, or sport mode, if I want to go faster, I'm going to put it in sport mode and just ride the bike at the top speed of the 32 kilometers an hour. This app also allows you to change the acceleration delay, allows you to check your speed, your voltage, how much time you have left on the battery and stuff like that. Everything that's in the display is also on the phone, which is brand new this year. So if you're a little bit of a techie, that's probably a good feature for yourself. So that's the iGo Atwater, part of iGo's Discovery series. This bike with a 500-watt motor and a 14-amp-hour battery. This bike's gonna get you top speed of 32 kilometers an hour with a maximum range of around 90 kilometers. So with this urban, commuter, cruiser-style bike, this bike's gonna get you to and from where you need to go, whether that's for riding to work or riding around the neighborhood. This bike's gonna be great for any of that. If you have any questions or concerns or wanna know more about the iGo Atwater, feel free to contact us at poweranmotion.ca and let us know more. So thanks for riding with me today, and have a great one.